Welcome in, guys, to where I recap the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions game. It happened a couple of hours ago in the early Sunday games, another home game for us. And after that win against the Rams, I know there was a lot of we had a decent, a good performance last week. I think, especially in the running game, especially with like Monty Brown. Shout out Monty Brown if you're a wrestling fan, you understand that one. Montgomery, and James Williams, like that combination last week, that the running game really worked against the Rams last week. Then we have another home game. Not too again. Baker Mayfield, not Baker Mayfield. Jared Goff wasn't really. He was off today. He didn't really show up today. Didn't really perform well today, in my opinion. Again, I think the start of really what happened was Aiden Hutchinson. Like the turnovers he added a couple of the games, the turnovers he did to Baker Mayfield. And speaking of Baker Mayfield, it looks like he has found his home. Remember back in 2016, he was a first round pick for the skid marks. And he's bounced around from the Rams and other places, but he's found his home in Tampa Bay to give them a new deal. But anyway, this is what I was saying in the offseason though about giving Jared Goff giving a decent level quarterback, Jared Goff, a massive contract, giving him $220 million a year. Wasn't the best Brad Holmes' great decision by giving him that contract. When we could have, again, the last 2 years in Detroit, Jared Goff has done a good job, getting us to championship games and stuff like that. But if we want to win championship games and we want to actually win a Super Bowl, or appear at a Super Bowl, we need to get a better quarterback. We have to upgrade in that position. Jared Goff's a decent level quarterback, but he's not going to be the guy to win you a championship. And to give him $220 million a year for 3 years, I just, again, why are we hitching a wagon on Jared Goff when we could be out there maybe getting a JJ McCarthy or whoever, or a Drake May, and seeing what they're truly about. But we start off the game. The Buccaneers get a field goal, 3-0 in the first, and then it goes to 6-6. Then we get back in the game, 6-3. Again, Aiden Hutchinson and Brian Branch, they were really good in that defense side of the ball. Then we got into the second half of the game. Montgomery brings us back in the game to make it 13-9, and then first and 10 to make it 13-6 in the second. Then in the second half, we're 13-9 with Montgomery, and then Baker Mayfield comes in and gets a touchdown to make it 20-16. And you had Baker Mayfield to throw for 20 out of 14 throws, 183 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And and then you had Jared Goff, who really had a couple of off games. He was trying to throw to James Williams, didn't connect on one of the calls. I think it's like 3rd and 10 that was. But yeah, it was a very off game offensively. Defensively, it wasn't that bad. Again, I still think that we need some more addition to that defense side of the ball. Again, Aiden Hutchinson's a great addition. I like Brian Branch, but again, that defense side of the ball, and it's again Jared Goff. You're gonna have these games where he had a good game against the Rams last week, his old team, and then he goes back to whatever. It's like, again, this is the whole thing. He has a good game. He has one good game. Then you go back to, this is fucking Jared Goff again. But yeah, we roll on to next week on the road. We've had 2 home games. We're back on the road again. Next week we're on the road, our first road game of the week. But yeah, this year for us, again, I think we'll still win the NFC North. Again, it's between us and the Packers to win the NFC North this year. And I know people are like, the Bears. Yeah, the Bears didn't do well last game. Again, they're playing tonight as I'm recording this, but they are playing later on. So I don't know, but I still think we'll win the NFC North and the Packers will come second or whatever. But yeah.